Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an eyebrow tutorial. I have had many requests in the past on this video and I've attempted it a couple of times, but I've never liked how it came out. So today I actually like the way it came out and I am very excited to share with you guys how I do my brows. So keep watching. You guys, so here are some of the items I used in this video. I used the MAC paint pot in the color Painterly. I used Anastasia's Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the color Granite and Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Fair. The brushes I used were the flat angled brush by Morphe. I also used the flat curved brush by Wet n Wild. I have the older, it's not even by Wet n Wild, but I have an older round curved brush that I've just been using. I don't even know who it's from or where I got it, but I use that one as well. And then I use a small foundation brush by IT Cosmetics, and that one actually came in a set with a bunch of other brushes. And just so you guys know, you do not have to use name brand anything. All of these brushes or these type of brushes can be found on the Wish app or I believe even at Walmart. And also the concealer and the paint pot and the dip brow can also be found at Walmart. It just won't be the name brand. I start off by using my dip brow and angled brush. I always wipe off any dip brow product from before and pinch the bristles on the brush together almost every time I apply the brush to my face. This makes the brush extra flat so it can create a perfect thin line. This is also necessary so you don't have any gray area or shadows under your concealer once that is applied. Once I've applied product to my angled brush, I apply the product underneath the brow, the natural brow, and this is going to be a baseline for the shape that you want. I actually wax the ends of my brows off because they don't grow the way I want them to. So by waxing them off, I actually get to create the shape of the brow that I want. And as I go, I start to make that line underneath the natural brow a little bit darker. I want that to be really defined and bold, I guess I can say, because that's going to help you later on when you apply concealer under the brow. So now I'm going above the natural brow and I'm starting to create my outline of the shape that I would like. And once the outline is created on both eyebrows, which you want to keep checking in more than one mirror to make sure they're even. I always have a close-up mirror and then a mirror that's a little bit further away so that way I can look in both of them and make sure that they look even from up close and from far. And like I said, now that the outline is done, I'm going to go ahead and start filling the brow in with the product. So I'm slowly starting to build up the product in the eyebrow, and this is going to take a little bit of time. This is where most of the time goes when you're doing your eyebrows. You just have to build it up slowly because you don't want to put too much product on and then mess up everything else. So I slowly like to fill it in, as you can see. So I actually like to put the product more towards the end of the brows, a little bit darker. I like to put more there instead of in the center because in the center I actually make vertical lines instead of horizontal lines because this kind of gives it the illusion that there is actual hair there. And for people who are like me and who hardly have any eyebrow hair, this makes it look like you have full thick brows even when you don't. So there I am again wiping off the excess or any of the dip brow product, making sure it's super flat to get those nice fine lines like I'm doing there. You're going to want to take your time with this because this could honestly ruin everything if you apply it too dark right there. And this is also the time to take a look at both brows and make them even. Now I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Fair and my round or curved flat brush, and I'm going to apply product to it. This is going to be concealing the brows and basically cleaning them up, making them look really nice but this also takes a little bit of time. I start off by putting concealer under the ends of the brows and pulling the product down. This helps create a lighter brow bone. Once I do both the ends of those, that's when I start to actually work towards the center of the brow. But you always want to make sure you pull down that product because that's also going to help create a base in the future when you start to do your eyeshadow. So there I am doing the center. And this is also something that you want to take your time on. You don't want to rush this part because it will also mess up the shape of your brows if you get any concealer on the dip brow product. So I'm pulling it down and pulling it down, getting the product evenly smoothed out. And then I'm actually going to take and create a line across so I can make sure the brows are even across my face. So I don't know what happened to my camera, but basically what you guys missed is me putting the paint pot on my brush. So I do use the color Painterly because I feel like it's just a more natural looking color. I'm going to put this on the eyelid, and as you can see I'm blending it around and spreading it out. It doesn't need to be perfect because you're going to go in with this brush, which is my smaller foundation brush, and I use this for my concealer, and I blend it around as you can see, and it blends really nice. You just want to make sure this whole thing is blended really nice because your eyeshadow is going to go on top of this, and that needs to be blended really well because you don't want any areas of your eyeshadow that look darker than the other or lines from the concealer. So now that that's all blended out, I start off by taking my curved flat brush and putting concealer on it. Then as you can see there, I am taking the concealer and I'm putting it on top of the brows. This makes it look, I guess, more flawless on top, in my opinion, but it also helps you when you go to put your foundation on. I don't like to get too close to my brows once I start to apply my foundation because I've gotten foundation on my brows before and it makes it look really washed out, kind of like there's dust on your eyebrows. So this is also something that takes a little bit of time. I've messed up so many times, but practice makes perfect, so you want to just keep practicing over and over again. This part is especially hard. And then I also take the concealer, well, the leftover I have on the brush. I'd never apply more at this point because you do not want too much concealer in the center. So now I'm going to do on top what I did on bottom and make a line with the concealer to connect the brows and make sure they're even. This part I'm still working on a little bit. As you can see, that's really crooked and not what I want it to look like. So I just keep working on it throughout the video. And you gotta just, I guess, mess with it a little bit until you get it to be how you want it to look. Now I'm going to take my small foundation brush and I'm going to blend everything all together, smooth it all out, because the next step is going to be cleanup and extra details, I guess you can say. That's what I'm doing there, is making sure everything looks how I want it to be. I kind of blend that out a little bit, make it look a little more natural instead of so harsh. And yeah. So sorry if this video was a little bit longer than expected. I just wanted to go in full detail about how I do my eyebrows. I have a lot of questions. People ask me about them, so I wanted to make a very detailed video on how I do mine. As you can see, I'm just doing just a few finishing touches. Here I have finished the rest of my makeup. I'm applying falsies. And after I apply my falsies, I'm going to finish my hair. And yeah, that's going to be the final look. If you guys have any questions or any ideas for the next video, feel free to comment below or message me on any of my social media.